You're not stuck because you are lazy. You're stuck because you are being watched. Not by people who care, but by an invisible audience that you have given control over your decisions. Every post you hesitate to publish, every idea you water down, every time you check your phone hoping someone validates you, you are not building your life, you are performing it. And the worst part, you think you are making progress, but you are actually rehearsing mediocrity. Picture this. It's late night, you just finished working on something you're proud of. A post, a video, a design, an idea. You look at it, and your first thought isn't, is this good? It's, will people like this? So you tweak it, you soften it, you make it easier. Then you hit publish. The cycle begins. Refresh, check, refresh again. 1 like, 2 likes, and suddenly your mood isn't being controlled by the numbers on the screen. This isn't random. This is engineered. According to the research from Harvard University, social validation activates the same reward pathways as dopamine-driven habits. In simple terms, every notification, every like, every comment is training your brain like a slot machine. And it gets worse. A study published in Nature Communications found that people adjust their opinions to match group feedback, even when they initially disagreed. Meaning, you are not just consuming validation, you are also being shaped by it. As Marcus Aurelius once said, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. But today, we treat opinions like metrics and metrics like truth. Yes, the uncomfortable reality. You're not building your best work. You're building what gets approved. And that creates a ceiling. Because approval rewards what's safe, what's familiar, and what already works. Not what's bold, not what's original, not what actually moves you forward. So instead of evolving, you start performing. Welcome to what I call the performance trap. The performance trap is when you confuse attention with progress. You start optimizing your life for reactions instead of results. Inside the trap, 3 things happen. You lose your intuition. Your internal compass gets replaced by what do people think? Instead, what do I think? As Steve Jobs said, don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. But most people already have. Number 2, you fragment your identity. You jump from trend to trend, adjusting based on feedback, until eventually you don't even know what's you anymore. Number 3, you keep your potential. Because innovation requires risk, and risk doesn't get immediate validation. So you stay in the loop, post, check, adjust, and repeat, never realizing you are training yourself to stay average. If this is hitting a little close, good. That means you're starting to see it. And if you are serious about breaking out of the cycle, not just consuming content, but actually evolving, subscribe. Because this channel isn't about motivation. It's about real behavioral shifts that actually change your trajectory. So, how do you break free? You replace validation with measurement. Welcome to the analytics of mastery. Instead of asking, did people like this? You start asking, did I get better? Step 1, track skill, not applause. Measure things like output consistency, depth of work, improvement over time, not likes, not views. Because attention is volatile, skills compound. As Cal Newport explains, clarity about what matters provides clarity about what does not. Step number 2, enter deep work cycles. Create periods where no posting, no feedback, no audience, just pure creation. This is where real growth happens, not in public, in private. A study from the University of California, Irvine, found it takes 23 minutes to refocus after distraction. Now imagine what constant validation checking is doing to your progress. Step number 3, build your own scorecard. Not Instagram's, not TikTok's, yours. Ask yourself, did I execute what I planned today? Did I improve 1%? Did I stay aligned with my standards? That's your metric. Yes, the part most people avoid. Silence. No applause, no feedback, no recognition. Just you at work. But this is where transformation happens. Because when no one is watching, you stop performing and you start building. As Friedrich Nietzsche said, and those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Most people quit here because it feels like nothing is happening. But everything is happening. Eventually, you step back into the world, but now you are different. You don't chase feedback, you filter it. And use this simple filter. Ask, is this coming from experience or opinion? Does this align with my direction? And is this actionable or is just noise? If not, ignore it. Because not all feedback is data. Some of it is just distraction. And here's the truth most people never realize. Freedom isn't when everyone supports you. It is when you don't need them to. Remember what I said at the start. You are not stuck because you are lazy. You're stuck because you're being watched. But the moment you stop performing and you start focusing on mastery, that's when everything shifts. No more refreshing for approval. No more second guessing your instincts. No more building for applause. Just real progress. Measured, quiet, and relentless. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of most people. Because most people clicked off to check their notifications. Don't be that guy. Subscribe if you are done performing and ready to actually build something real. Because out there, everyone is chasing attention. But in here, we are building leverage. No noise, no rush, just matrix and your vibes.